I'm looking at this roster and we keep talking about a move that needs to be made, a move that needs to be made. If you guys, let's armchair GM a bit, as everyone online loves to do. If you were given the chance in Treliving's chair to make one move that you think, a trade, a signing if you want, what trade would you make that you think could possibly fix the Flames? Or at least make them better?
I think it's too late. The trade I had in mind would have been Mantha before the year started, or in the off season. I think that would have been the trade. He's a power forward.
Interesting.
He's right wing. I know you don't have Daryl Sutter at this point in time, but that would have played off perfectly then. But then you have a designated first line right winger, and I think that's the main problem. Detroit gave him up for a lot, so that could have been a problem. Trading back pretty much everything like Washington did, but even what Detroit got back, Vrana, is that how you pronounce his name? Jacob Vrana.
Jacob Vrana and Panic.
That would have been another good move too. Even later in this year, he's a sniper, he's a winger. I'm pretty sure he's right wing actually, and that's what the Flames need, a goal scorer. So I think the ship's already sailed. I would have said those two. So I'm going to hand it off with no trade because I think the ship's sailed.
Trade.
Wow.
I think their
gets
best
put in the
options are
GM
gone.
office and goes, "Nah, I'm good. Put Brett Ritchie up there again."
I'm going to do it. Yeah, I'm going to do a tree living. Hire me as the Flames GM. Yep.
Give Richie the A while we're at it too.
I mean, maybe like if you want to go nuts. I mean, how many years does Phil Kessel have left? In the area
No.
retain some sun. Maybe if you want to go nuts.
Shut up, JJ.
You know what? Everyone's saying shut up right now, but I'm about to prove you all wrong. You would be the leading goal scorer on the Flames.
Honestly,
16 goals.
It's not bad.
Right winger. I will take none of this hot dog Phil crap right now. He would be the best player on the Flames, and you all know it.
okay,
Sad.
I'm gonna go balls on the table, and I'd probably make a trade like Goudreau or Monahan, and try to get Patrick Laine out of Columbus.
Wow, that is risky.
Wow.
Hey,
We
at least
all
you have
know
your
he
right
can
winger.
be a right winger, shoots right, big player. If you play him with the right guys, he could be lethal.
I mean, he scores. He's a proven
Okay.
scorer.
So let me get this pitch right. You, the Flames GM, I'm going to take Johnny Gaudreau, who's 27, Sean Monahan, who's 26, but he's injured like a 40-year-old, and you're going to go to Jarmo Kekalainen, the GM of the Finnish national team, and go, hey, you know that guy you wanted at the draft and you finally got him? Here you go. Take my garbage.
Again, the ship sailed. They waited too long. All the good players are gone.
The Flames probably waited too long on Laine, but I mean, it depends. If they think Laine's not going to be a player for their future, that's tough to say because how many times has he been scratched? But that's
I
also
think they'll get rid of Tortorella.
Tort's going to go before
Yeah.
Laine, 100%.
Although, to support Connor, if they don't get rid of Torts, you know who'd be a better trade? Kachuk for Laine.
I don't know about that.
Think about it like this. You got Gaudreau on the top line left wing. All right, you get rid of Kachuk. He's useless. Gone. You can move Mangiapane to the second line left wing, and you put Laine on that top right wing.
That second line wouldn't play third line for Arizona. Like, come on. What are you talking about?
Mangiapane is far better than Kachuk. He would absolutely bolster that.
Better than
second line.
Kachuk.
I disagree with
Absolutely.
You think
that
Mangiapane
is a
better than
bold
Kachuk?
statement.
I will die by the
Wow.
blade. Eat
And
bread.
you guys thought I was crazy with Phil Kessel. Jeez.
I will say Mangiapane's played better this year than Kachuk, but as a player, that is...
Exactly. I think there's a lot of emphasis here, like you're biased towards this one season, and a little too much, to be honest. So,
All right, James. What's your trade then?
Oh, I don't. I didn't prepare a mock trade or anything, but just like my general opinion of what needs to be done. Yeah, you need to trade. I think in the offseason you trade one core guy, one of your top guys. I think Monahan will be a tough one to dispose of because you're really not going to get anything for him. Like he's going to be the worst trade back you'll get. But so you dispose of one key guy, and I don't know how to get it. This is what I can't wrap my head around. But I know what they need. They just need some franchise guy like that they can actually build around, and I just still don't think they ever found someone that, like I said, it's going to play the heart out every night, and it's going to give you a chance to win, and can win a game for you, like an offensive guy that can win a game for you. And I don't know who it is. I don't know how they get him, because I don't think they have the pieces. They're not going to trade for Eichel or something like that. But he's a guy that comes to mind. Someone like that, that can be a real franchise-defining guy. And we just don't have it. That's what they need. No idea how they're going to get it. But
we had Sam Bennett. Oh.
Franchise-definer Sam Bennett.
Just thinking on that, he arguably trade out a core piece, kind of take a year to rebuild, retool a little bit. So trade Matthew Tkachuk to the Sens for a guy like Brandstrom or Shane Pinto or even Batherson and a first round or two. You get the Tkachuk guys in Ottawa.
Melnick's really cheap, and he doesn't want Matthew Tkachuk smashing his doors there, so he might say no to that trade. But in all honesty, I could see it. I could really see those two on the same line. I think that'd be great
Definitely.
for marketing in Ottawa. And then finally my Mangiapane can get on the second line. But I'll leave that point alone. I think that'd be great for Ottawa. I think that'd be a solid trade. I don't know if the Flames come out on top on that, though. I think it doesn't matter how good Pinto does. Every day the headlines would be the Tkachuk brothers do this, the Tkachuk brothers do that.
Well, the thing is, the Flames would need at least an NHL ready prospect, a prospect in the lineup, and probably one or two first rounds. That's got to be the asking price for Tkachuk. Because if he is a locker room cancer and if he's worn thin in the locker room, only the Flames know that. They're probably not going to actively shop him. They'll listen to offers, but they won't admit they'll listen to offers.
You know what? Speaking of Ottawa, why not Connor Brown? Right winger. He has 16 goals, 27 points this year in Ottawa. And he's 27, so he's not going to be good when they're good. So why not? Why not make a move for Connor Brown? And he's a physical playing player too.
Isn't he a UFA soon? Could they just go after him in free agency?
He's got 2 more years after this year.
Okay, so you would have.
And he's not signed for a lot.
That'd be a good
He's not
trade.
signed for a lot, I don't think.
I don't know what they'd give up to get Connor Brown, but I think that'd be a huge thing for the Flames to get.
I'm sure you could give a couple of draft picks for him, and maybe even throw in a bottom 6 guy, just because. I mean, Ottawa might as well trade him. They're not going to make the playoffs this year, next year. So he's going to be, 29, 30, 31 by the time they're good?
Yeah.
So he'll be out of his prime.
You don't trade Tkachuk for a guy like that, though, in my opinion.
No, I'm not saying, Tkachuk, Connor Brown.
Okay.
I'm just saying maybe that's a move the Flames make.
Gotcha.
In a sort of retool, like a last chance, this is it. Now we have a right winger who can score. Is this core good enough? And then see from there, and then if it's not, well, that's a big problem. Oh.
I think the big expectation going into this season was, is this core good enough? We'll see in the playoffs.
Yeah, and that never happened. And it won't happen. I mean, the fact that the Canucks are only 3 points behind the Flames with the amount of games in hand they have is shameful.